Oh, yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Talisha from CreativiTeeByT on Instagram. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by, and if you are returning, thank you for coming back. Today I am going to share with you a pattern review on a pattern that I used to make my birthday dress. Originally I was going to use a butterwork pattern that I had shared in my last video, and at the last minute I decided that I was not going to use that pattern because I just had a conversation with my mother and we were talking about different things and details in dresses, and actually because of that conversation I decided to switch which pattern I was going to use. So I ended up using this pattern, which I actually picked up from Walmart, and this is a McCall's pattern. It's McCall's L9427, and I made view B, which is what the model is wearing, and I actually picked this up from Walmart for $2.97, and it's So Simple line. I'm not really familiar with that because I don't really buy patterns from Walmart, but I was there one day and happened to see that along with a few more that maybe I'll share in a different video, and I decided that I really liked it. So that is how I ended up choosing this pattern. So as far as details of this pattern, there were 14 different pattern pieces that I had to cut out. 14, and actually 2 of them, which were pretty big, I didn't even use. And like, for me that is a lot because I am very simplistic in my sewing, not because I want to be a lazy sewer or because I don't want to do a lot, but that simplicity is just my style overall. It's just with this particular dress I wanted some more detail, and I guess with more detail you have more pattern pieces. Now I did enjoy the size that I cut was a size 18, which was the largest size on this particular pattern, and everything fit exceptionally well except for the bust area. So the bust area on the finished measurement said that it was supposed to be a 43.5, and I typically run a 44 or 45 at times, and on the pattern it said that there was at least 2.5 inches of ease. So I figured with that 43.5 it would be 45.5, so I figured it would be okay. It actually was not okay as far as the 45. It was the 43.5, and it didn't look terribly bad, but to me it gave the appearance of having a sports bra with like my boobs being kind of smashed in. I had my pockets, my hands in my pockets in some of the pictures, so someone could probably take that as, oh well, she had her hands in her pocket and it caused, you know, the pressure of it probably caused her chest to smash down, but that's not the reason why it was like that. It was like that because it was tight up there, but not terribly uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable, it was just tight in the boob area and it smashed my chest down. However, I don't think anyone's looking that hard. It's just me, and it's okay because like I said before, I do plan to lose weight, so it will probably all work out in the end. The fabric that I used was 100% cotton ankara fabric from House of Miami Wanta, and I received 6 yards of 44 45 inch wide fabric, and that worked out well. I used all of it. Because of that facing, I probably would have had about a yard left had I not cut into that front and back skirt facing. The details that I really enjoyed about this dress was the cap sleeve, using the bias tape to finish off the armholes, the pleat underlays, the princess seams, and also the pockets. So those are all details that you generally don't get in a standard shift dress or just a standard stretch knit dress, which is a lot of what I've made in the past. So that was refreshing to be able to have those details and to take my time and to get that done. The only thing that I would change about this pattern is the fact that it calls for a standard zipper. So I am used to putting in invisible zippers, but when I was reading the instructions, I was just in the follow the instructions mode. So I just picked up a standard zipper, and after I did that, I regretted it. I wish I had put an invisible zipper in, but I mean, it still looked okay. I just wish I had used an invisible zipper. The sewing level, I feel, for this would not be a beginner because you have to use bias tape to finish off the underarms. There were the cap sleeves, which are not like your standard sleeve. There was a front facing, the zipper, pockets, pleats, and pleat underlays, princess seams, if I had not said that. So there's a lot going on, a lot of detail going on for a beginner. So I would say either an advanced, beginner, or intermediate. Would I sew this pattern again? Yes, I would. I would do it in a solid color, and the reason why I would say I would do it in a solid color is because a solid color would bring out all of those intricate details within the pattern, such as the pleats, the pleat underlays, the quilting if you decide to do the top stitching version that I showed you earlier, because you know this top stitching version is for the sleeve and for the bottom of the skirt. And also did the princess seams. All that will be easier to pick up through visually with a solid color. The only thing I did different was that I did not use the front and back skirt facing, which, like I showed you before, was huge. All I did was turned it over under 2 inches and hemmed it. So that is my review for this pattern. I had a very enjoyable birthday. My husband purchased gifts and gave them to me every week up until my birthday. So he just really showered me with birthday love. As you can see in the clip earlier, they had a little party for me and my dad, because my dad's birthday is 3 days ahead of mine. So we just had a combination party instead of doing things separately, and they just showered me with love. My son came home from California, surprised me as well. So everything was just awesome. Everything was awesome. I enjoyed it, and the month is not over, so I'm going to continue to enjoy it until September. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these types of videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and go ahead and hit the gray notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.